What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my Let's Play. And since last episode, I've been doing a lot of preparatory work, mostly. A lot of clearing out, and admittedly, the progress is a lot slower than I really would like. While I can make a diamond shovel, I don't want to. I have no mending, I have no enchantment, so I would much rather just mine out some iron, make some shovels, and let them break, and then keep that process going before I spend any diamonds. I've got a decent size of diamonds collected so far, but I don't want to use them all up unless I absolutely need to. As I was saying, we've been doing some preparatory work. I got rid of the bamboo, I cleared out the land, I also got rid of the wheat farm. We got the seeds and all the wheat stored up for an upcoming project. And we have been clearing out the space, as literally I have just been doing like basic landscape / terraforming this entire time. We're going to take a walk around here real quick. You'll notice we got ourselves, it's a bit wider than you may have remembered. We want to create I want to get a pathway going around the entire house. Nothing too like rigid. I want something that's kind of like loose leaf, just like bits of coarse dirt here and there, maybe some gravel. Not a very like explicit path, but it's kind of implied, you know, something subtle, just going around the house gently. And then we'll have a more defined path, I think, right here, because this is going to be our main path. It's going to go from here, and we're going to go out off to like the witch farm, off towards, I think there's a village over there, and you get the idea. We're going to have the nice little decorative bits set up throughout here, which is why I've tried to clear out this land so I could really get a better image of my canvas and get an idea of what we want to do. Full disclosure, everybody, I know that it has been a while since I have uploaded videos. I apologize for that, but you have to understand, Mass Effect Legendary Edition just came out a little over a week ago, and I have been waiting months for this. You have no idea. I literally was going to play the original Mass Effect on the Xbox 360 edition literally 6 months ago, before we all caught wind that there was going to be a remaster on the way. I was about to start the first one. I was literally about to pay like $15-20 for the digital copy because I can't play physical discs right now. And then I thought to myself, with all these remasters coming out, are they going to remaster Mass Effect? Sure enough, literally like a day or two after I was about to play it, there was news of a remaster for all 3 games. So, of course, I waited 6 months for it. Of course, I pre-ordered it the moment we could. And of course, I have been playing it nonstop since the beginning of its launch. I have over 80 hours on the first game, and now I'm on the second one. So I have been so caught up in it. I'm so sorry, everybody. But what is happening for today's agenda, besides updates on the house and why I have just been kind of MIA? We are going to work on the pond. Now, I know that doesn't sound too exciting as the premise of this episode. Just hear me out. So we're gonna work on this little pond. We're gonna go down a few blocks, of course, make it all decorative. I got plenty of vines for some more mossy cobblestone. We got gravel and andesite. We're gonna make it all stony. We got some buttons and pressure plates and stuff. You know, make it nice. Have a bit of a custom tree. I'm going to try a custom tree for the first time. I've never done one before. So that's going to be interesting. Now, what is the main feature of this portal? I just thought of this idea not too long ago. And so I always do my nether portals inside my base. And I thought, what if I did it outside of the base, but made it part of the base build? So I thought, what if we use that as like a centerpiece for the pond? So picture, if you will, we have ourselves a nice sizable pond. I'd say it's about at least 20 blocks by 15, maybe 35 by 15. And you know, you have from here, instead of it being water, you're gonna have like this stone, not even pathway, just like this beam coming out, right? And it's gonna make a little stone podium or platform right around the center. And it's going to have ourselves a bit of a custom portal. Nothing too big, but of course, it's not going to be your default dimensions of a portal. It's going to be a little more customized. We're going to put some growth on it, like some of this. We got some vines. I think I still have some lily pads from our previous adventure. We're going to decorate around there as well. That's going to be interesting. I haven't done a custom portal like that before. And I also, of course, have not done one as the on the exterior of my base. Okay, so we are at the target site. We got ourselves the nice little bit of land. We're gonna, I think I'm gonna actually push this back a bit more. Ooh, we have to fill this in, and then we're just gonna carve out a hole. It's from about like around here. It's gonna loop around, and it's gonna right about there. And well, here we are with the rough draft. I know it's not much. So what we want to do here is, this, I have to get rid of all this. I have to turn this into dirt real quick. There we go, much better. I think about 5 deep is enough. We also don't really have much space to go down any further. We could carve in a little bit more of a drop, but I think we're safe where it's at right now. So we're going to do a stone perimeter around the entire thing, and then we're going to add in our random bits of gray. You know, on second thought, I think we're going to do some coarse dirt. I wonder, I think this might actually be good. We might have to put in some, let's see here. Okay, yeah. So random bits of rock along with that. I think that might be good. We want to keep some of this in here so it doesn't look like an intentional like ring, because it looks a little weirder in Minecraft, I think, to do it like that. So we're okay. We're gonna do bits of coarse dirt, and we're going to randomize things just a little bit more. We're actually gonna get rid of, put regular dirt right there. There we go. That way we have some greenery going around. So we're gonna take our trip all the way around real quick. I'm gonna work my way around the whole pond again. We're gonna just add in a little bit of this throughout all of it. And we also need to actually, now that I think about it, we need some of this and some of this. We're not gonna use coarse dirt, of course, because once we fill it up with water, the grass will go away. So no need for all that, but we definitely are gonna have to add a little bit more variety and texture to this pond. So I'm going to give it another round, and I will see you in just a moment. And here we are, basically at the very end of putting this all together. Now we see we got ourselves a nice bit of gray texture. We got ourselves the different rising elevations in stone. Obviously these are pressure plates and buttons, but just pretend we have ourselves some differently formed bits of rock sticking out from the water and coming up to the surface a bit. That's what we have these here for. Got ourselves the nice bit of gray texture going all the way down. Now, it's 2 more things that have to be done. First, we have to set up our little platform, and we're gonna have like a bit of dirt and stair kind of work its way over to here. And I want the portal to be open, like you'll see the purpley bits on this side where we are right now, and over here on this side. I think it would look weird if it were facing over here and over here. So it's just because it has to kind of be a little bit more flush with the house. So we're gonna have, it's gonna come out from there, and then it's gonna go across like that. So let's go ahead and let's see what we can do. We have the portal, and it's pretty much covered, and the leaves or the vines are going to cover the obsidian a little bit more. So now that we have this done, we just have to do the custom tree, which we actually have done. So take a look at this. This is what's taken me so much time. I've never done a custom tree before, and it's a little weird. It's quite weird, actually. We got all sorts of things to kind of add some variety. We actually, if you see right there, we got a little bit of torch action hidden in there. So we have a little bit of light coming out of this tree, and I try to cover it up. Let's go ahead and we might put some more leaves right there. But this is my first custom tree. It's not too bad. We got ourselves some random, you know how sometimes trees, especially when they're young, they'll grow additional shoots out from the main trunk. And so that's what these are supposed to kind of simulate. We have the vines to kind of pseudo-naturally prevent the growth of those saplings, as well as the bamboo. We got ourselves some nice wooden buttons here. We could just write off as like little, irregularities in the growth of the trunk. So I think that's a good way to kind of cover it up. We have ourselves some vines going around, so it's going to drip here and there with some vines, and that's going to look pretty good when they're fully grown. It's going to have that hanging effect that we mentioned, and this is going to kind of give us a bit of a veil. And we walk through, and boom, we're here in the pond. Admittedly, it probably should have been shifted over a little more to that direction. But by the time I realized I should probably have moved the house back or the tree back, I decided, you know what, we're just gonna leave it. Trees bump up against the decks all the time in real life. It's not gonna be that big of a deal. As long as the vines don't end up growing on here, I think we should be fine. I don't think they will. So that's my custom tree. Let me know what you think, everyone. And then I said there was two things that we needed to do. We needed to put in a custom tree to have a bit of an overhang, which we got that accomplished. And then we have to, I didn't realize this was going to be very, very challenging, and I'm still not sure how I'm going to do it. But this is supposed to be a pond, yes? Well, we have to fill this in. Oh yeah, this is all coming together. Now we just need to fill up this space down here and repeat the pattern. Okay, well, I'd say we got about half of this pond filled in. Now we just got to raise it up about 2 more levels. Oh, you know, this is becoming much easier than I thought it would be. It's auto-filling a lot of spaces once I get far enough. See how we go like that? And it filled in most of that for me. So this part is pretty much done. Definitely putting this on my list of things that are satisfying to watch in Minecraft. Watching water fill itself in. And one more should do it. Beautiful. All right. One more layer, and then we will have ourselves a fully fledged pond. Okay, I have gone around this entire perimeter pretty much, and now it's about to start auto-filling. I've just been putting bits and pieces of water source all along the perimeter. And any second now, it should start to really do auto-filling. See, there we go. Look at this. It's just lovely to watch. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. There goes the horse. The pond demands a sacrifice. Oops, that one fell in as well. Okay, we have 2 sacrifices, it seems, for the christening of this pond. I was not expecting this pond to be forged in the blood of the horses, but I guess that is what the water demands in order for the Nether Portal to properly activate. Almost there, and oh, looks like the sacrifice is working. There's foul play afoot. It seems we have ourselves a fully fledged pond, everyone. Now, would you look at this, everyone? We have ourselves a pond. Now, there's still a couple things that that we have to do. And here we come across some beautiful, beautiful salmon. And you can't put salmon in a bucket, can you? Okay, we're gonna have to go find some other fish. Now, this is a perfect time for there to be axolotls, but we have to wait a little while before we have those. I would love to put some axolotls in my pond. So what can be bucketed then? Salmon, not salmon, but cod. We're gonna bucket, we could do tropical fish, but I don't know of any warm ocean biome nearby. I think we may have to just not have fish for a moment. It only took a whole day's travel, but I came across, let's see here, let's get the cod in here. No, can I not put cod in a bucket either? You mean to tell me I came all the way out here? I wonder, hold up. Does it have to be an empty bucket? Okay, let's try this again. Okay, it has to be an empty, okay, good. Man, I was gonna say, I came all the way out here, risked my life to get killed by mobs, not to be able to have any fish. That's just not gonna happen. Let's try to get some salmon, and I got water instead. Okay, it's a bit of a gamble. Okay, let's try this. Let's try to get some salmon. And, haha, okay, cool. Let's get, oh, did I hear a trident? I could use a trident for some trident killers. Let's get a cod and one more salmon. And then after that, I'm out of buckets. So, who had a trident? Let's see if he's got some goodies for me. trident and a nautilus shell. Perfect. All right, well, what do you think, everyone? This is starting to look like a full-fledged pond. I am loving this, and we're going to hold out on lighting, or more lighting for now. I think I really want to get some glow lichen, because that is a natural underwater lighting source, and it doesn't stand out either. It just has the right amount of glow. It doesn't take up a lot of visual space, and it'll help add a little bit more texture. So once we have the glow lichen, we're going to put some of that, tuck that around the corners here. But we are pretty much ready, everyone. All this time, all this effort is just literally for having a nice entrance into the Nether. Literally, that's what all of this was for. The tree, the pond, this whole background decoration, the view. It's all been for having a nice entrance into the Nether. So, well, let's go over a couple guidelines real quick for doing a Nether portal. So we're going to link this up, of course. So we got all the materials we need here. We got some extra obsidian, and of course we got our flint and steel with this. Now you want to mark out the coordinates here. So we're here from -30 to -28, and we also have on our Z, it is 148. Yeah. So you want to divide both of those by 8, because 1 block in the Nether is 8 blocks in the overworld. So from here all the way to about here, that's 1 block in the Nether, yeah? So make sure that we get this perfectly set up, divide it by 8. So for our X, we have about 3.5 to 3.75. So we're going to do a space of 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2, 3, and 4. -2, 3, and 4 in the underworld, or in the Nether. And our Z is going to be right on 18.5. Now we can put this on 18, we can put this on 17. I think just to make it safe, just keep it on 18. So I guess the last thing we have to do, now that everything is all set up, we just have to set up the portal. Perfect. Look at that. Now we could do a little bit more for the decoration, I think, in future builds, but I think with the size that we were building in, I think this turned out pretty well. And once that overgrowth starts to fully develop, it's going to look a little bit more covered up in regards to covering up the obsidian. Okay, team. Well, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to enter the Nether. Here we go. Okay, how dangerous is it? Where are we? Okay, we are here in a crimson forest, and I do not like being this exposed. I hear danger. That's a long way down. Is there anything that can knock me off? Stay up against the wall until you assess the area. No, we're actually tucked away pretty safely, I think. Now, I already did a little portal calculations. Let's, hold on. That's scary. I did a little portal calculatory stuff already, and I think I see why it put us over here. We're supposed to be on our X, we're going to be from -2, -3, and -4, which is, well, that's right here and here. And then for our Z, we're going to be at, wow, it's way off. We're supposed to be at an 18.5, so we're supposed to be somewhere over there, and that's okay. We're going to go ahead, we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to actually build up to about 110 on the Y before we actually link our portals. All right, so it is very important, especially in the Nether, that you never dig straight up or straight down, because you don't want lava to fall on you. Lava moves, I think, what, 2-3 times faster, and it spreads twice as far. So we're going to actually dig straight up from here, and we're going to just keep jump stacking. 110, and let's get to about 115. Perfect. Okay, now we just need to get to 18. Now we need to get to -2, 3, and 4. And now we have ourselves our portal perfectly aligned. If you take a look at the coordinates, we have -2, -3, and -4. And we are on 18. Technically, it's supposed to be 18.5, but that's okay. We're just going to dig ourselves out a little space here. We're actually kind of up in the ceiling. I have no idea exactly where we are. I have no idea where anything is. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to just link up our portal. Now, once we go through here, we should be on the other side. perfectly aligned with my house. And sure enough, here we are back at the overworld. This is perfectly aligned. Let's go ahead and let's gather some resources real quick. And as you can see, it puts us right back here. We are perfectly linked with the other side. Now let's go ahead and let's find a way out of here. Yeah, I think we're safe here. Let's go ahead and drop down our scaffolding. Oh, look, it's a friend. Oh, maybe not. That's okay. We'll find some friends. Okay, team, the goal here is to just pretty much gather up some crystals so we can have some comparators and observers to update our technology. It's my favorite warped forest. Oh, I would love to go over there, but I'm honestly quite terrified of being in here right now. I can't fly. I have no protection. I've just got the basic rudimentary diamond gear. I am not prepared for a long travel. Uh-oh, he wants to fight. No. Okay, I think I will learn my lesson. No. And, well, I think for our first run, this was pretty successful, everybody. Let's go ahead and bring back our spoils. Oh, man, it feels good to be back in the overworld. And, well, you know what? I'm liking how this turned out, actually. This is looking pretty good. I feel like we need... It's too exposed, I think. At least until I get some better lighting and we have this place a little more mob-proofed, it's a bit of a risk because a creeper could just as easily just wander off into here, and then next time I go into the nether, boom, and then I'm done for. Well, I wouldn't be done for, but the area will be blown up, and who knows, there could be lava surrounding the area. That's something to keep in mind while we're around here. I'm gonna have to do something with some lighting. I can't use torches because it's so cheap. Like, we're gonna have to get rid of those pretty soon. I'm gonna have to do... I can almost afford lanterns, a good amount of lanterns, so we might do something like that. But that's going to be it for today's episode, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I am Timeless Traveler, and this was my Let's Play. Let me know what you think of the pond. I wasn't expecting it to turn out the way it did. I actually, I didn't do any practice sessions for the tree or the pond. I didn't boot this up in creative. I just kind of, you know, remembered some tricks that I've learned over this little bit of time that I've spent building and just went with it and kind of freestyled, and I honestly think it turned out pretty good so far. We could probably do some improvements for future reference. We could do a little bit better on the trees, I think, but for my first custom tree, I think that's not too bad. Let me know what you think. If you have any tips and tricks on your experience with custom trees, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know down below with a comment. Also, don't forget to like this video. If you haven't, then feel free, of course, to subscribe. It's free to do so. You can always unsub later. It would definitely help out the channel. Oh, sorry, I got really hungry. But it would definitely help out the channel if you would hit the like button, subscribe, and that way, comment down below. Let me know what you think of what we've got so far. Next episode, we may try to work on a portal ticking farm. We may do some decorative bits. I really want to decorate around this house a lot more. I want to get a pathway set up, so we might do that. On camera, off camera, I don't know. But either way, you're not going to want to miss next episode. So again, thank you all for sticking around. You all take care, have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next episode.